incredible to be here. I want to thank the preceding speakers for all their gems and insights and sharing from their passion and their experience. What I would like to do is to speak to you on a variety of things. And I talk to both aspects of each of you. I speak to the conscious mind and the unconscious mind. And truth be told, I'm better friends with the unconscious mind. The conscious mind might have a little bit of resistance. So I invite you to watch this, listen to this, maybe a number of times in order to understand. I'm creating a mosaic. I'm weaving a tapestry. And I'm not going to go necessarily clear cut through points because I fully appreciate the fact that people are adults and what most of us have lost is the ability to discover new things and be excited about them as we were when we were a child. So I am the author of the book, Life on Your Terms, Create the Life You Want. And I am firmly a believer in the fact that we are here to thrive. Our brain does two things. It keeps us alive through surviving and watching out for danger, and then it's programmed to help us thrive. The sad part about that is not that many people understand this, nor do they work with it, because you can work counter to what your brain does, believe it or not. So think of it this way, and I'm going to go through with a series of kind of questions. At one point, you learned to walk. Well, what preceded walking? Now, because I'm asking questions here, it's somewhat rhetorical, I'll give you some answers. One is you fell down, and maybe you got a boo-boo. But ultimately, you had to get back up if you wanted to walk. And so you did. You learned to read, for example, but before you learned to read, or even during the process of learning to read and write, you had to learn some characters. You had to learn how to hold a pencil or hold, at that time, a book, and identify the symbols, which seemed very foreign. But before you learned to read and write, even before you learned to walk, what you engaged in as a human was learning that your native language, wherever you were or wherever you're from, and you didn't have a book to read about it. You just acquired that as part of your natural learning ability. And we are incredible learners who have infinite possibilities, infinite opportunities, and infinite resources available to us, in us, and even around us. Because, as was said, somebody's written something about it, or there's a resource. Somebody has what you want or need right now. And if you can connect with them, you can come together and work with them and discover what you might not have known. So you've learned everything, including reading and writing, and you didn't realize when you were reading and writing that would lead to you being able to write a letter or type a letter or sign a check. It gave you incredible freedom that while you were going through the process, you weren't aware of. So yes, there's what you don't know that you don't know, and then there's what you discover that you do know that you cannot do, and then there's the process of learning how to do that, which is where most people spend most of their time. It's called conscious competence. And then there's that part where it becomes an unconscious habit, or it becomes automatic and reliable. And my work all around the world for over 50 years has been helping individuals and corporations, businesses small and large, transform themselves and their bottom line by adding in some practices that they may or may not have known, but that are natural and easy and effortless to do, but you do need to apply them consistently. So let's talk a little bit about that. What is it that stops most people? I've asked that for 50 years in seminars and workshops, on television, radio, podcasts, wherever, in my blogs. And the answer to that is a thought. What's a thought but a mental packet of energy and really not much else? And when do most people quit? When do they give up? Guess what the answer to that one is? Usually before they begin. They talk themselves out of it. They go, I want to do this. I want to lose weight. I want to make more money. I want to be loving to my spouse. And before they engage in it, they quit. So I'm known as the mindset master, the attitude doctor. And here's the thing. Your mindset is the invisible force that shapes your reality. It's the foundation of your beliefs about what's possible. It's the lens through which you see the world, and the driving force behind your behavior, behind your success, or behind your struggles. Attitude is the number one predictor in the world for success in all areas of your life. That's what research has borne out. They've been studying this now at least since the placebo effect in the 60s and 70s, that kind of thing. Attitude is the number one predictor for success in all areas of your life. And I would add, it's also the number one predictor for failure in all areas of your life. Because if your attitude isn't right, then your results don't work. Your results, your struggles, your success is determined by your attitude, and whether you're optimistic or pessimistic, and your thoughts, whether you view them as challenges or as insurmountable or as opportunities and possibilities, makes a huge difference. The truth is the way you think determines the way you live. So when you repeatedly send your brain the message that success is inevitable, it begins to orchestrate everything within you to make that happen. It aligns all of your inner resources, the possibilities, and the opportunities within you. Your thoughts and your emotions and behaviors align. This is congruence. It's the state of being fully in sync with yourself. Your heart and head are aligned, and with the goal or the desire. Balance is within, and yet most people try to create balance outside themselves. So before there were humans on the planet, guess what there was? There were earthquakes and fires, there were ice age, meteor strikes, floods, mudslides, droughts, you name it. There were all sorts of things before human consciousness arose. And since human consciousness arose, what do we have? We have fires and floods and mudslides and catastrophe after another. But the difference is before there were humans, nobody labeled it good or bad or right or wrong. Those were just things that happened. And since humans came along, they go, oh, this is horrible. I've lost my house. I've lost my car. I've lost my keys. This sucks. This is awesome. This is terrible. Well, guess what? Trying to create balance outside yourself doesn't work that well, because you can't control the elements. You can control what you can control, but you can't control the elements. But creating balance within yourself works wonders. Then there's no internal conflict. There's no hesitation. There's no split focus. You're all in, and that unity of purpose amplifies your ability to succeed. But what happens when you expect failure? When your mindset is riddled with doubt or fear or negative expectations, your brain accepts those signals too. And the cost of a negative mindset is immense. Now, I think one of the most disparaged people on the planet is Pollyanna. People go, oh, but that's a Pollyanna attitude, positive thinking, that's no good. Can't do this, you can't do, Well, Pollyanna, all she did was look at a situation, find the gold or the good in it, the silver lining, and focus on that. And Einstein said, you can't solve your problems at the same level that they were created. You have to go to a different place in order to find the solutions. And what I would submit is oftentimes the solutions that people think are their solutions to their problems are the very problem that they need to get over. They think they know what they need to do, and they're wrong. And here's the thing. In today, by the way, I'm not going to talk about myself. I've been homeless, and I've been broke, and I've made lots of money, and I've lost tons of money, and and I live the perfect life now. I have the life of my dreams, but it wasn't always that way. And I write about it in my book, Life on Your Terms. You can Google me, you can search me, you'll find all sorts of stuff about me. So, but my point is that what we need to do is to understand that the power to change our life and transform ourselves is within us. The cost of a negative mindset is so immense. Spiritually, it creates disconnect from the boundless possibilities of the universe, leaving you feeling unsupported and uninspired. Mentally, it causes your judgment, traps you in the cycles of worry and indecision, and it drains your ability to focus. Emotionally, it breeds fear and frustration and self-doubt, robbing you of joy and peace. And physically, chronic negativity contributes to stress-related illnesses, fatigue, and a weakened immune system. Relationally, it creates distance and conflict as your energy actually repels rather than attracts people. And financially, it limits your opportunities, keeping you stuck in a cycle of scarcity and missed chances. But there is an alternative, so you need to be able to imagine the alternative, and that's where a lot of people don't go. They're so stuck at the level of their problem or what they think the solution is that they miss going outside of their thinking box and finding and discovering what is there. And it's the very thing that keeps people stuck on their problems. Now, information is great, but before the internet, you did have to go to the card catalog, you did have to do your legwork. There was a cost to putting on a program or a seminar or publishing a book or doing anything. Now with the internet, so much of that cost is negligible, right? So only the people who are in business were people, they could be wrong, but they could afford to be in business. Now, anyone can write a book. With AI, you don't even have to write it. There's tons of information out there and tons of information that is wrong. Our society has conditioned us to chase after things by working really hard, by struggling and sweating and sacrificing and giving up everything in order to get those things so that you can be a person who's happy, have someone of importance, and have high esteem or high self-esteem. When the reality is the other way around. It's become it, transform yourself, then you will take the right actions because you feel right, your heart, your head are aligned. So you take the right inspired action to get those things that you want or that you need, but that you want, but it doesn't add to you. There's plenty of billionaires and millionaires all around the world right now who are miserable having everything that they could possibly have. And there are people around the planet right now who have nothing. They live on a dirt floor, they may be eating dirt, and they're deliriously happy. Change comes from within. Imagine waking up each day with gratitude and delight and the unwavering belief that good and good things are not only possible, but inevitable. Picture yourself radiating that confidence, that positivity, and attracting the opportunities and resources and the possibilities and the people who align with your goals. This is not wishful thinking. This is a choice. A choice. And when you learn to shift your mindset and set positive expectations, you begin to vibrate at a higher frequency. And that's not just a metaphor. Okay, quantum physics and physics tells us that everything in the universe, including your thoughts and your emotions, is energy. Now get that for a second. People say, I don't have enough energy. I'm drained. Look, I live around the clock. I sleep a few hours. I get up. I do what I do because I'm passionate about what I do, because I love what I do. I never work a day in my life. Now, when I was a kid, my dad said, hey, you know what? You have a dark cloud following around you. And you have a negative attitude. My acting coach was like, you're one of the most miserable people I know and one of the biggest a-holes, in Hollywood. So I understand what transformation is about. You got to be able to understand that, again, it's just about learning to do different things. But energy, you're a walking battery, for crying out loud. You're a broadcasting system on the planet. You're a perpendicular planet. You radiate energy. It's not that you don't have enough energy. It's that you don't know how to manage your energy. And if you're captivated and fascinated like a little kid who could play all day long and chase butterflies and do this and do that, plenty of energy, barring neurological, impairments and those kinds of things. A child learns more through play and through fun and through delight and all sorts of marvelous things than the child ever learns sitting in a classroom, taking notes and listening to a teacher. And how many teachers have you ever listened to that were wrong or that were boring or didn't know what they were talking about? How many times have you got wrong information? How many times have you gone on the internet, searched for something only to find out that it was an ad in disguise? Not all information is created equal. You have to know who to pay attention to and who not to listen to. What I've always taught over the last 50 years is what to do and what not to do when it comes to fulfilling your life and navigating your career and being happy and healthy and having the money that you want and the relationships that you want. So you want high frequency vibrations like joy and gratitude and love because those attract similar vibrations. Low frequency vibrations like fear and doubt and anger do the opposite. And that's where most people live. They're either living in not just horrible negativity, but sometimes just the ho-hum. Just that their baseline is not thriving. It's not feeling wonderful. So the benefits of cultivating a positive, aligned mindset are quite profound. Spiritually, you'll feel connected to the limitless source of all good, whatever you conceive that to be. You'll trust and know that you are supported and guided. Mentally, you'll experience clarity and focus, making it easier to recognize opportunities and solutions. They're all around us, but sometimes we're going through this like with blinders. And depending on your attitude, if you're concerned with a problem, you know that when you focus on a problem at any time, or if you are under stress, that the very hormones and chemicals inside your body serve to constrict your vision, constrict your ability to think outside the box and to find opportunities and solutions, because especially like adrenaline or cortisol or some of those are designed to get you to move, to get you to run, to get you out of danger. So the blood goes to your extremities, not to your thinking cap, to your cortex. Your heart beats faster, So when you're stressed, or if you have chronic stress, or you're consumed with your problem, you're missing so much, and you don't know that you're missing it. That's the thing. Is what you don't know, right? And all of this are habits. They're habits that you and I have grown up with because society has conditioned us to be distracted. It has us scrolling our phones. It has us using apps, which instead of teaching us how to think better and do things better, they replace the need to think or to act on. So instead of teaching you how to remember phone numbers and addresses, they store it for you. Now, guess what? Your brain is a use it or lose it phenomenon. It atrophies if you don't use it. And what's happened for most people is they've lost the joy of discovery, the joy of captivation and fascination that occurs as a child, that propels kids through learning all of these wonderful things. And they've restricted it, and they live this ho-hum day-to-day existence. And it's kind of like same crap, different day. Same crap, different day. And I always go, there's two choices. It's dog crap or diamonds, dog crap or diamonds. And you have to choose. So the benefits emotionally are that you cultivate resilience and optimism. It allows you to navigate challenges with grace. I live the life of my dreams. Does that mean there are no challenges or hardships or people go, energy vampires? Oh, of course there are. But think about Jesus and Buddha and Lao Tzu and all the different saints that have ever lived. Did it bother them that there were people that disagreed with them, that didn't like them, that weren't at the same energy level that they're at, or had different, things of importance? No, it let them go. If it bothers you, it's because there's something here that bothers you. You don't need to be bothered by it. If you can transcend it, you can transmute it, you can transform it, and physically, you'll feel healthier and more energized, as positivity reduces stress and boosts overall well-being. Relationally, you'll attract the uplifting and supportive people. I don't want everybody to be like me. I don't want like-minded. In fact, I hate that phrase because I want people who challenge me. The Wright brothers, when they were working on their airplane, their own father said, "You guys are idiots. Give it up, give it up." They didn't, because they understood who to listen to and who not to listen to, and they listened to themselves in that case, and they kept working until they succeeded. But the supportive people are those people who will help enhance you on your journey. And financially, your confidence and your belief in your ability to succeed will inspire bold, inspired action that creates wealth. See, the choice is yours, dog crap or diamonds, and it is a choice. So you can continue to let negativity and doubt or ho-hum dictate your life and pay a heavy price in every area of your existence. Or you can take and decide right now to take control of your mindset and start expecting to win. And that's why you need to, and I need to, develop a positive attitude and mindset and the beliefs to transform yourselves. And I'm here to guide you on that journey. So when you understand this, what it does is it opens up for you the ability to have more joy in life. I've worked with people from every walk of life, from top CEOs and surgeons and neurosurgeons and military, whatever, all the way down to people who are everyday people, some who have jobs that you and I might not even want to do. And what I've discovered through the years is that we're all alike. We all put our pants on one leg at a time. It doesn't matter. The billionaires who have everything except happiness and fulfillment are no different than the people who have nothing but are happy and fulfilled. But when you join with me, I invite you to, you'll learn proven methods to reprogram your mind and align your thoughts and feelings with your goals and harness the power of positive expectations to manifest the life you desire. And that's why I wrote Life on Your Terms. That's why I've done what I've done every day for 50 some years. And you'll discover how, and this is really important, to become congruent in your heart and your mind and vibrate high and attract what it is you want more swiftly and easily. So I implore you and I invite you to not let another day slip by. Don't be stuck in fear or doubt or missed opportunities, because that's why most people quit before they even begin. They talk themselves out of it. You know, if you say, hey, do you want to go out to dinner tonight? They go, well, I really like to, but I can't afford it. Or I really like to, but I don't have time. Or I really like to, but I have other plans. Or in other words, there's always a reason, there's always an excuse, there's always a why not. But think of it this way, that why not is in their head. I don't have the money, I don't have the time, I've got other plans. It's just a mental thought. And if you change that mental thought, you can do anything. Here's a little tip for you. People say never use the word but. Like, I love you, but you need a haircut, right? Because it tends to erase the thing before it. So when somebody says, I'd like to go to dinner, but I can't afford it, they've just said, I can't afford it. That's the last thing left in their head. So they may be making pictures or having feelings or telling themselves or whatever, but it's their excuse, their reason, I can't afford it. So if you never use the word but, you're stuck, you know. But if you learn how to use the word but, you might say something like, oh, so you don't have the money, but you'd really like to go to dinner. But you'd really like to be able to make time for this. But you'd really like to have a good time. And think of all the fun we can have. And let's look at how we can make this happen for you. In other words, you don't have to stop with the thought that stops you if you understand that. So what you want to do is learn to develop and recondition and reprogram your mind so that the thoughts that propel you forward are automatic and reliable. They become the new neural wiring in your life. In the 80s, we were talking about rewriting neural patterns and neural programming and rewiring the brain, and people said, oh, you're full of crap. And as it turns out, that is, in fact, what neuroplasticity is all about. But the cost of staying where you are is far too high. It's just far too high. You should look up and add up all the money, the time, the energy, the hours, the sweat, the tears, the pain, and everything for staying the same, or for having a problem, or for being afraid of something. Some people are afraid of dogs, for crying out loud, or bees or spiders, and they've been afraid all their life. How much of that life has been consumed with that problem? But the rewards of alignment and positivity are limitless. Infinite potential, infinite opportunities, infinite resources. I encourage you to join me today and take the first step toward transforming your life from the inside out. And your journey to success can begin right now. You know, when I was a kid, I used to lie down, maybe you've done this too, I used to lie down in the back of the car with my parents driving us wherever we were going, are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Oh, I hate this. I hate this. I hate this. I didn't mind being there, but I hated getting there. The journey, in truth, is all you have. Imagine, and God forbid, that you don't make it to your destination, physically or otherwise, or something happens and you change your mind. If you don't make the journey the most important part of it, how you journey to be filled with joy and happiness and be thriving and be kind of making the kind of money you want and around the kind of people you want and spreading that to other people, then what are you doing? If you don't enjoy the journey, what's at the end of it? You're on your deathbed, you're going to go, well, I wish I would have worked another hour, made another $1. I don't think so. I want to write another book. Look, everything that you desire is waiting for you right here and now, but you must act. You got to claim your future. You got to step into your power. You got to expect to win. And as I always say, if you consider something a problem, it is a problem. If you consider something a blessing, it's a blessing. So celebrate everything. Celebrate everything. Be grateful for all of it. Be grateful for the hardships. Be grateful for the energy vampires. Be grateful when you don't feel good. Be grateful when you do feel good. Be grateful for all of it, and your life will transform. Let me show you how. And with that, I'm Rix Sikes. And right there, it says rixsikes.com book. And if you go there, There's also a free training right underneath there, which is scrolling, wealthdynamicmastery.com, a one-time opportunity. Get that. That's an event that's coming up at the end of this month on the 30th of January. It's a one-time only event. It's with me and 3 other incredible people, mentors, masters who've been around for a long, long time, helping people in different areas make a difference in their life. And I just go and check it out, look at it. And if it's for you, you're going to sign up. And if not, then don't, But the point is go and take advantage of that. RixSikes.com is my website. I've got plenty of courses. I've got a beautiful course called Create Your Best Life Ever, using Einstein and Tesla's genius and people like that, because just go and look, check it out. And with that, I'm Rix Sikes.